Breaking news from News 8.
That was an actual cold-blooded murder.
The family of an unarmed black man who died while in police custody is calling for justice tonight, and the case is sparking protests right now at the Public Safety Building in Rochester. Good evening, everyone. Daniel Prude died in police custody in March, but the public is just learning about it now.
Daniel Prude's family talked about it for the first time today, saying he was in the middle of a mental health crisis when police encountered him on March 23rd. Prude was handcuffed, naked, and unarmed in near freezing temperatures over on Jefferson Ave in Rochester. We put together a timeline of this incident and a warning before we get going on it. The body camera footage we're about to show you is disturbing.
3:16 and 8 seconds a.m. police arrive and tell Prude to get on the ground.
Get on the ground.
3:17, 10 seconds a.m. officer gets on the radio and asks, "Can I get the rig to Katie and Jeff?" 3:17:30, officer tells other officer Prude told a tow truck driver he had coronavirus.
He's telling the tow truck driver he had coronavirus.
3:19:20, officer put what appears to be a spit mask over Prude's head. 3:20:20, officer tells Prude to stop spitting.
Spitting, man.
3:20:30, officer tells Prude, "You're going to sit," then tells fellow officers, "I got it. I'm already in it." I believe he's talking about having fluids already on him. Officer puts Prude's head on the ground, holds it there, telling him to calm down. Prude makes gurgling sounds at this point. 3:21:20, officer asks, "Can you get the gurney out, please?"
Can you guys get the gurney out for us, please?
3:21:35, officer tells Prude to stop spitting. From here, Prude isn't talking. I can only make out soft whimpering. 3:22:20, Prude goes quiet. 3:22:34, officer asks Prude, "You good, man?"
You good, man?
3:22:45, Prude appears to throw up. Officer asks, "You puking, man?" Then says to others, "He's puking. Straight water." I can't hear any sound coming from Prude after that. 3:23:25, officer asks, "Is he still moving his arm?"
He's still moving his arm.
3:23:30, officer says, "It doesn't even look like he has chest compressions." Prude is rolled over on his side.
Roll him over on his side.
3:24:20, someone asks, "Does he have a pulse?" And someone responds saying no. EMT says, "Start CPR."
Start CPR.
3:25:35, EMT tells officers PCP can cause what we call excited delirium. I guarantee you that's why he coded. It's not your guy's fault. You have to keep yourselves safe.
You gotta keep yourself safe.
Now, the medical examiner determined the manner of death was homicide, noting cause of death, complications of asphyxia in the setting of physical restraint, excited delirium, and acute PCP intoxication.
Prude died 7 days after that night, and the autopsy report was produced on March 30th. We learned about all of this day, and protests formed shortly after the announcement in downtown Rochester. They continue now. Christian Garzone live outside the Public Safety Building with the very latest. Christian.
Well, Adam, we moved from the Public Safety Building just a little bit. Pepper spray was deployed about 3 times there as protesters tried to knock down the barricades about 4 times. As I said, we have moved. Ashley Gant, who was in custody earlier and is now out, is leading a group of protesters down Exchange Street. It's a straight shot so far. We're not entirely sure where they're headed. It's about 70 strong and seems to be growing. A state police officer did push down a protester at one point and caused quite a bit of commotion. We asked around about that, not sure yet why that happened. That was earlier this afternoon. There are law enforcement officers surrounding the area, which was shut down to traffic anyways. It is shut down to traffic, excuse me, from Court Street down to Plymouth and now extending that way. A sizable presence for sure from state, county, and city. Police look ready to respond should this escalate any further. Now we're hearing loud cries up and down, no justice, no peace, and the name of Daniel Prude said over and over and over again. Quite a few here likely ready for the long haul tonight, and we'll be bringing it to you at 11. That's when I'll see you again. Adam and Maureen, back to you.
All right, Christian, thank you. We have been live streaming video from the protests throughout the day. We'll continue to do so whenever we're able. You can follow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter for continuing coverage.
It was family members and activists who released the disturbing body camera and other footage today, which they obtained through a Freedom of Information Act request. Kayla Green talked to some of Mr. Prude's family today, and they are understandably in a lot of pain tonight. Kayla, what did they have to say?
Maureen, family members were emotional and passionate when talking about what happened to Daniel Prude. Earlier today, Prude's brother says he called police because he was worried about his brother's mental health, and he never expected it to take the turn that it did. I want to again warn viewers that the video you're about to see is difficult to watch.
I placed a phone call for my brother to get help, not for my brother to get lynched.
Joe Prude says his brother Daniel was killed by police in March. He says he called police because he believed Daniel was on the verge of a breakdown. This is body camera footage the family received from the city after filing a Freedom of Information request. Joe says Daniel was lying down, naked, handcuffed, and unarmed when officers killed him. Joe was passionate earlier when recalling the incident.
When I tell this particular officer that comes to my door, my brother ain't a threat to nobody but him damn self. Don't kill my damn brother. And not even 15 minutes later, they come back talking about my brother's dead. Now, how am I supposed to feel?
He says one officer pushed his knee into Daniel's back while another pushed his head into the ground. Black Lives Matter leader Stanley Martin says officers put a bag over Daniel's head and taunted him. She says less than 10 minutes after officers handcuffed him, Daniel was brain dead. He was taken to the hospital and put on life support and later died.
We are disgusted that Mayor Lovely Warren and Chief Laurent Singletary have made no effort to hold Daniel Prude's murderers accountable. In fact, Daniel Prude's killers are still on active duty today.
Activists are calling for the firing and the charging of the officers involved, including those who were bystanders to the incident. They're also calling to defund the RPD and pass a law that would prevent officers from responding to calls related to mental health. Live in Rochester, Kayla Green, News 8.
All right, Kayla, thank you. Both the mayor and the police chief are denying any allegations of cover-up in Daniel Prude's case, but activists are angry that his death took so long to come to light. Our team coverage continuing now with Rebecca Fath, live in Rochester. Rebecca?
Well, Maureen, I just now spoke with a protester who tells me that they are, in fact, marching toward Jefferson Avenue where that incident took place. And before they left from where we're standing, we heard people screaming, "Come out here, Lovely Warren," through megaphones, asking the mayor to come and speak with them. And we did hear from the mayor and the police chief earlier today inside the public safety building. Here's what they had to say.
It's a disturbing video. And, you know, I think that for me, I can definitely sympathize and empathize with the family, and I would be very upset about the video.
Mayor Lovely Warren says she's very disturbed by what happened, but Police Chief Laurent Singletary wouldn't comment on his officers' actions with Daniel Prude back in March.
Can't get into specifics with regard to that. Obviously, there's still an ongoing investigation. There is the internal and criminal, as well as I understand there's a possible lawsuit regarding this case as well.
The burning question for the mayor and police chief: Daniel Prude died in March, so why is this coming to light now? Police Chief Laurent Singletary says the incident wasn't kept secret. It was sent to the Attorney General.
I know that there's rhetoric that is out there that this is a cover-up. This is not a cover-up. Let me be clear when I say that.
New York State Attorney Letitia James responded to this case today saying, quote, "The death of Daniel Prude was a tragedy, and I extend my deepest condolences to his family. I share the community's concerns about ensuring a fair and independent investigation into his death and support their right to protest." Mayor Lovely Warren says she and the police chief want to make sure the investigation is unbiased.
Unfortunately, it has taken some time. This is not something that's in our wheelhouse, in our control at this moment in time. And had it been, then for me, this would be something that we would have talked about months ago.
And Adam and Maureen, we continue to hear from protesters here right in front of the public safety building telling us that they're angry because those officers that were there the night it happened have not been suspended yet. For now, we are live downtown. Rebecca Fath, News 8.
All right, Rebecca, thank you. One more note about the State Attorney General's investigation. That is required by law whenever law enforcement is involved in a civilian death.
Now, we showed the body camera footage of the police encounter to a former Rochester police chief and now an expert on law enforcement to help break down what happened in this video. Jack Watson joining us now in the studio with more on that expert analysis. Jack.
Adam, Dr. Cedric Alexander is the former deputy mayor of Rochester and was also briefly the chief of police. I showed Dr. Alexander the video you're going to see right now. Again, a warning that this may be disturbing to some of our viewers. I asked him about what went on in the video. He says under certain circumstances, holding someone's head this way can be something officers do. He says the object over Mr. Prude's head is called a spit sock, a tool, Dr. Alexander says, is sometimes used to safeguard officers.
So it is to protect the officers from any biological challenges that that person may have. But it is breathable, and it is not unusual in certain circumstances to put a spit sock over someone's head.
So like I said earlier, Adam, the State Attorney General's office is investigating this, and Alexander says the footage we just watched will play a big role in the result of that, Adam.
To imagine that's the case. Jack, thank you. You can find all our coverage, by the way, including the news conferences and more from the protests over at rochesterfirst.com.